Hello, this is Blackjack by Almonte and James Voss. So the first way our code, this is written in Python. The first way this code uses classes is like table to begin the dealer, player, and the deck objects. These are used to then have attributes like name and funds. So the table setup basically initializes an empty array, which will later be the deck. We are going to import a shuffle library so that we can shuffle our cards and obviously have a random selection. So here we have the methods that you will be calling to deal cards, calculate scores of cards for each the dealer and the player, as well as shuffle. Then as we get lower into the main function, we have it goes into the player's move, and if it is the player's move, if you do not stand, then you will get a card dealt to you and it will calculate your score. You will see calculate final score later, which is different. When the dealer hits, this is an important rule. If the dealer's score is less than 17, they will hit again. If it is greater than or equal to 17, they will stay, as typical rules of poker go. The update funds function is used when a player wins or loses. So if the player wins, they will have their old funds as well as their new bet. So the amount that they bet, they also receive on top of their funds. So here's what gets printed to the screen most of the time that you're seeing. It shows the dealer hand, then the score of the dealer, player's hand, player's score. Then it tells you the bet that you've entered and the amount of money that you have. So that'll be displayed many times throughout so that you're always updated on all of the information. This is important. This is a stack pop where the card will actually be popped off the actual deck. This is interesting. This is a key element for the ace. So if you draw an ace and it would have made you bust, it will turn it from an 11 into a 1. It will take the best option. Here's the final calculate score. This is at the end of everything when you want to compare dealer score and player score. So that's different than a typical calculate score just to display how many cards they have. So that is if the dealer score is greater, if the dealer score is equal to player score, and if the dealer score is less than. The check win function gets called many times because we want to check if the score is greater than 21, which is a bust, so they would lose. And also if they score equals 21 because that equals blackjack, and each of those end the game immediately. So in the typical end game, this is at the end after someone wins or loses. It asks you if you want to play again. Any word that starts with a Y or N will equal yes or no, and if else, it'll ask you to give the correct input. Also, you need at least $10. Your funds must be 10 for you to continue playing, or else it'll kick you out and tell you to get more money. So here's the dealer class. This has 3 methods: the initial, the loss, and the payout. And then we have, and obviously the attributes, there's a name, there's a score, and then there's your hand. So I'm sorry, 2 methods, 1 attribute. Then super is what is where inheritance comes in, because it will take the name, score, and hand from the dealer object, as well as now the player can bet. Right here is where it gets asked again, would you like to hit, would you like to stand, invalid input, if you enter anything else. Here's the payout function, where your current funds equal your current funds plus your bet. The loss function, where your current funds equal your current funds minus your bet. Then we have the deck class. This creates a stack with all the cards. They have their letter allocations and their number allocations. We also have the shuffle function in here as well. What else? And then this is what you first see when you open the game. Welcome to the table, sir / ma'am. And asks you how much money you've brought, and it will eventually ask you how much money you would like to bet.